G'day dorks, Philip here. Just letting you know that this is a episode of the Loser Cartoon podcast featuring myself. This is a fun little collab we did a week back, and I just wanted to drop this into the Dorktown feed because it is a really fun episode, and I hope you enjoy it. And please go and check out the other episodes of the Loser Cartoon podcast. They are a fantastic bunch of people. Courtney and Sam are some of my favorite podcast people, in all honesty. They are truly wonderful human beings, and I enjoy every time I get to spend with them. So yes, enjoy this episode of the Loser Cartoon Podcasts, and make sure you like and subscribe and all that nonsense. And we'll be dropping back into this feed with a mainline episode of Dorktown very soon, so stay tuned.
What's going on, losers, and welcome to episode 26 of Loser Cartoons Podcast. This is Courtney, and I'm here with Yamiel.
What's up?
And Lords of Dorktown's Aussie Phil.
What's going on? That's right, I brought my own entry music this time.
Hold on. Woo! Hold on.
Your time is up, my time is now.
No. I don't.
What's going on, Courtney and Sam? How are we doing?
Oh,
So much better now.
Oh, dear.
I brought
At first it was silent, and we were looking at you going like this. There was just no music.
It took a second to come in, apparently, but
It did.
it was,
Yeah.
that was worth it.
Oh,
I'm so glad to be
Jesus
back,
fuck.
Courtney and Sam. That was... honestly, I could end the recording right here. I'm happy with my performance on today's episode.
That was good. That was good. Enough said. See you later, everybody.
I think it's over. Yeah, so I was wondering about, so you said you're a chef, right?
I am, yes. I am.
So do you like drive a car to work, or is it like a kangaroo scenario?
No, I drive a car to work. The only Aussie, like typical Aussie stereotype that I think applies to my life is I potentially / actually have a problem with alcohol, and I feel like as a nation we do. That's the only like typical Australian stereotype that applies to me, is that I fucking love a drink. Hey, I just was complaining before we started recording today that I have to be sober for this recording, and it's because, like, honestly, throughout all the communication me and you have had about coming onto this episode, every time I've messaged you, I was like, yeah, cool, how much can I drink? Is it okay if I'm, like, sloppy drunk? And you're like, yeah, that's fine. And then we changed the recording to, like, a Monday my time. I was like, oh, yeah, I can probably get drunk midday on Monday. And then, like, today I was just like, I just can't do this. This is grim. But yes, that's my life.
I was sitting, I'm such a piece of shit, dude. I was sitting at work Googling Australian microaggressions and what I could say to you.
For the split a second, I thought you were Googling Australian micro penises and you were going to say something like a picture of me came up, and I was like, this is the most outrageous fucking way to start a podcast.
Text your wife.
Oh, God. This is... Every podcast I ever do with you fuckers turns into an absolute fucking clusterfuck.
Of course.
I know.
And I never
We
want
know
that
no
to
other way to
change.
do it.
It's the best.
Speaking of which, we actually have some news about the podcast that's going to be shocking for some of our listeners and for Phil, because I didn't tell him about it. So, Phantom and Flora are two of our previous hosts. They have other priorities in their lives that require more of their attention. Don't know, like their career or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So they're actually going to be stepping down into more of like a regular guest role rather than a host role. But they're still going to be here and there. And so basically you have Sam and I as the official podcast hosts, unfortunately, moving forward.
Well, that kind of leads me to a question I had for you guys. Now, I'm a big fan of the Loser Cartoon Podcast. I like to think I'm an OG fan. I just want to know who this cunt Griff is, to be honest, because I feel like he's kind of blowing up my spot. And I'm not going to lie, this fucking Apex playing fucking Asta loving twat can suck a fat dick, because like funny, handsome white guy was my role of this podcast. I'll just fly in, sling a few quips, have a laugh, and then fucking I tune in last week and there's this fucking apex cunt called Call Me Griff. How about I call you fuck off, mate? I'm done with it. It's time for you guys to make a decision. It's either Griff or myself. Now, what you should do is should clip that and put it on your YouTube, like on your Instagram. Because like secretly I don't think he's that bad of a guy. But if we clip that bit and then put it on your socials, we can call him out and start like a beef thing.
Deal.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
If you need a clean take,
Deal.
I'll take it in. Griff, you're a cunt. I don't care how objectively handsome your face is and how beautiful your skin tone is. You can't come up in here and start blowing up my spot. You fucking pin dick Apex Legend playing twat. Was that good? Was that too harsh?
Mwah.
Okay.
Mwah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
I'm over it. It's funny because he really didn't take your spot though because he doesn't drink.
True. This is true.
Okay,
it's not good. Very different dynamic.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah. Griff is our friend from, well, mostly Sam's from all the way back in high school.
Yeah.
And then, I fell in love at first sight. And here we are. He rejects me day after day. And I just keep chasing over and over.
It's a rough life you live, man.
It's like every relationship I've ever had. I mean, not really. I've been married for like 10 years, but theoretically.
Theoretically, that's how it would play out.
That's how it plays out in my mind.
Yeah,
All right. Okay, with that, we're going to get into talking about some shows that we aren't really sure why the fuck we watch more than 10 minutes of. And I think that this will be really telling about why we even clicked on some of this shit. So I'm going to have Sam lead it up and then go Phil.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and go with a very safe pick because I feel like everyone kind of felt the same way about this show when it came out. Redo of Healer. So for those that don't know, Redo of Healer follows an MC who becomes a hero who specializes in healing. And after joining a hero's party and subsequently being abused by said party, the MC goes back in time to take his revenge on his fellow heroes and everyone else who wronged him. Which in theory would be just kind of a basic, revenge plot. The biggest kicker with this show is the fact that the way he gets revenge is essentially raping everyone that did him wrong. And it is very fucked. Very, very fucked.
How much of it did you watch?
So I only got through 4 episodes.
Oof,
honestly,
I think that's too
surprised.
many, to be honest. I think that's too many.
I'm honestly surprised I even got that far because episode 1 wasn't that bad because episode 1 you really only got like his backstory and like how he got abused and everything. Episode 2 with the princess that he first takes revenge on probably should have been where I was like, probably should quit here, but I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt and maybe hope that that wasn't going to be the whole point of the show. Like maybe there could be a little bit of story at it. There wasn't.
You heard it here first.
There was nothing
people.
else to it.
You heard it here first, people. Sam likes to give rapists the benefit of the doubt. We'll just click that and.
Ooh.
So I watched 7.
Oh, Sam, you're off the hook. Courtney, you're a fucking piece of shit.
I was gonna finish it, but I kept losing the website.
No.
I know.
You were making sure to watch that shit uncensored too.
Jesus.
I did. I did. Yeah.
Wow. I remember when this all first came out. Like I remember the I think it was like trending on Reddit the day it came out, like Redo the Healer, yada yada yada. And I remember looking at it and I looked at the fucking image of it and saw it and I read a bit of the synopsis and whatnot, and then just saw the word rape and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna tap out on this one. Because I don't know if you guys have heard my Goblin Slayer story, but the first time I ever watched Goblin Slayer, It was like it was like 4 a.m. in the morning. I was alone in my house, like everyone was just sleeping. I was like sick, also a little bit hungover, and just genuinely quite vulnerable in an emotional state. And a friend of mine recommended Goblin Slayer to me to watch, and I watched. And you guys have all seen Goblin Slayer, I assume.
I don't think Courtney has.
Have you not watched Goblin? Oh, okay. Well, I'll spoil the first episode for you because that's all I got through.
Yep.
There's a pretty gnarly goblin rape scene in the first episode, and it left me like broken. There was like 3 days where I just like I couldn't watch anything. I had like a shower straight afterwards because I needed to wash myself because I just felt so disgusting and vulnerable and unclean, and like it fucked me up. So yeah, I don't do well with that kind of content in my anime. So yeah, Redo the Healer was a massive pass for me.
I don't think it could be worse than the ogre gangbang that Sam sent me a while back, where they literally
no. But that's like
she was like a pig
hentai.
on a spit, Sam.
That's an actual hentai,
but
though.
still fucked up nonetheless. I was like, why did you send me this? What is this?
Oh, well,
what is this for?
Honestly, just to see how far people will take shit.
Have you seen our porn episodes, Phil?
Seen them. I've played them on repeat for multiple times.
Okay, so we give each other recs, right? Because we're weird like that.
Yeah.
And he sent me that as a recommendation, and
it's one of the most infamous hentai anime ever.
I for a second thought you were about to say intimate, and I was gonna like leave this Zoom chat.
No,
just like nothing intimate about being on a spit. I'm sorry. There's the intimacy is lost.
No. And there was like 30 of those motherfuckers.
And by the way, if fucking Griff gets an invite to the next porn episode before I do, I'm gonna fucking burn this podcast network down to the fucking ground. I swear to God.
I don't think I could pay Griff enough money to come onto a porn episode with us.
God.
He won't even talk about it with us like outside of the podcast.
Oh, mate.
Like anything.
Next time you're doing smut, we'll do smut down under, buddy. We can get fucking wild.
Yeah, exactly.
With this shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's more fun that way.
Always.
All right, Phil.
Rightio. So, have you guys heard of a series called Dead Man's Wonderland?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
Have you watched it?
So, okay. I probably would have watched more had I not tried to watch it directly after watching Future Diaries. So I only got one episode.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting to go into the to go out of the Future Diaries into Dead Man's Wonderland, considering their protagonists are like identical, basically. That's cool. Yep. That's a fucked watch order. But yeah, Dead Man's Wonderland. It was sitting in my watch list for fucking like 12 months or something like that. And one night I decided to watch it. So I've got a quick little synopsis here. It looked like it would be a normal day for Gunter and his classmates. They were preparing to go on a class field trip to a certain prison amusement park called Dead Man's Wonderland, where the convicts perform dangerous acts for the onlookers' amusement. However, Gunter's life is quickly turned upside down when the whole classroom gets massacred by a mysterious man in red. Framed for the incident and sentenced to death, Gunter is sent to the very jail he was supposed to visit. But Gunter's nightmare has only just begun. The young protagonist is thrown into a world of sadistic inmates, energetic powers to live in constant fear of lethal collar placed around his neck that slowly is poisoning him. He must compete in these deadly games to receive the candy that will stop the poison from killing him. Now, all of that sounds interesting, right? That's cool.
Yep.
It is the hottest pile of garbage I've ever watched. It is 12 episodes. It's 12 episodes of the worst fucking protagonist with like an English dub voice actor that is like criminal. This kid sounds like you got a 14-year-old wrapped a rubber band around his testicles till they turn blue and then punched him in the gut and then got him to do the voice. He sounds like gaspy and in pain the whole time. It is fucking hate. And the plot is fucking nonsensical. There's this fucking bitch that shows up in like episode 1 in this prison where everyone's wearing collars and they're all in prison uniforms, and she doesn't have a collar on and she's not in a prison uniform, but no one fucking questions it once. Who's this bitch? Why is she here? Why does she not have a collar that everyone else has? Everyone's just fucking going about their days like this isn't the fucking craziest shit that's ever fucking happened. And the most interesting part of the whole plot is arguably the prison that is an amusement park, and they ditch that concept so fucking quick for some bullshit underground fighting ring fucking nonsense. I watched all 12 episodes of this and I hated every fucking second of it. I was seething with anger the whole fucking time. Dead Man's Wonderland can suck my average sized penis. I'm fucking done.
Oh, no. Done. Okay, as you were giving the synopsis, I went to Now and I added it to my list. And then as you kept going, I went back and I deleted it.
It's hot garb. Man, it makes apparently the manga's good. I've seen the manga's apparently pretty good, but that's what I've heard. Fucking trash, man. It's like taking it's such a good concept. It's such a clean, good concept, and they just fucking piss on it. Like a heavy piss too, like haven't drunk enough water, hungover, like thick yellow, maybe you had a Barocca, it's kind of orange, tainty piss, like a fucking thick, viscous piss on it. It's disgusting.
I didn't even know piss could look like that. Go to the doctor. Dear God, Phil. Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, it's got over 7 though.
The thing that shocks me is like that girl you're talking about, right? The one that's in like that skin tight like white suit with like the red lines or circles or whatever. She seemed interesting. She seemed like kind of cool. The fact that she is just like almost nonsensical in that plot, it makes no sense that she's there. I'm like, well, that's disappointing as fuck.
It was like a 3 episode. I think it takes 3 episodes to maybe it's even 2 episodes. But there's a period of time where no one but the Ganta, the main character, acknowledges her. So in my head, I was like, okay, figment of his imagination, only he can see her. Oh, this is cool. And then it's like someone else talks to her, and I was like, oh, so it's nothing. She's just there.
Immersion ruined.
Yeah, it's the hottest garbage. But like, it has so much potential. Like the main power system in it is like blood control, which sounds sick, right? Like some fucking blood bending shit. And they make swords out of their blood. It's fucking wicked. But no, they do nothing with it. It's fucking garbage. I fucking hated it. I hated it so much.
That's so sad.
Nothing to spice up a show like a little schizophrenia. Yikes.
All right, Courtney.
Oh, so Sam, actually, I think I've been giggling all day. I think you know where I'm going with this first one, and I'm gonna ask you to explain it because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the words out, man.
I swear to God, if it's what I think it is. What? Just say it.
Just a quasar stigmata, Sam. Go.
Okay, no, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
That's not what I was thinking of. How am I supposed to fucking explain? I've never watched the show.
You've explained it to many people before.
Okay. Basically, the premise of the show is an MC who gains power by sucking on titties. That is the
Is that an actual show?
That is a show.
I honestly think like I seen a clip on that on Pornhub as like a highlight reel of hentai and was just like, yeah, fucking in for a penny, in for a pound. That's an actual show? I thought that was just like a 15-minute clip.
That is just a really, really ecchi show. Okay, so
Courtney,
quick story time.
Fuck me, she's gonna die.
quick story time. So Courtney was over at my place one time, and I forget what I was doing. I think I was just like either on my phone or doing some shit. And Courtney's just like, you know what? Hey, can I like put on a show real quick? And I'm like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck. She puts on this show. Okay. I watched legit not more than 3 minutes, and I'm like, Courtney, turn it off. I turn it off right now.
Fucking meltdown.
You
had a full-blown meltdown.
Dude, it was so fucking garbage. Like it was probably like middle of the season, so I had no idea what was going on. But the voice acting, the character design, like everything about that story, everything about that show was just hot garbage.
I watched 2 seasons.
Two seasons.
Yes.
Two seasons, Courtney. Courtney, you're an adult.
2 whole seasons, dude.
Your time is valuable. What are you doing? Fuck me. No.
Dude, you were honestly better off just watching a shit ton of random hentai. You were better off. It probably would have had a better story, too.
Oh, just watch
That's
one of those
crazy.
fucking weird Thailand webcams where the webcam's in the bottom of a toilet and just watch people shit all day. God, that would be a more productive part of your day.
Probably.
And don't ask me how I know those
Probably.
cams exist because we don't have time to get into it.
Because here's the problem. I finished the first season and I rated it a 2. But then I saw there was a second season. I was like, oh shit, second season, let's go.
Courtney, your time is
I'm having a heart
valuable.
attack.
Come on, you're better than that. 2 seasons. Wait, are they 12 episode seasons or 24? 12?
Oh, good question.
Because
Let's find out.
if you've watched
There's
58
no way that-
episodes of this fucking
No,
show,
they're
Courtney.
24. There is no shot that series is fucking 2 core. There is no fucking way. Well, I guess that would actually be 4 core. There's
20
no fucking
It's
way.
24, isn't it, Courtney? It's 24, isn't it?
The first season's 24, the second season's 12. I watched 36 episodes of this shit, dude.
36 episodes. Let's do some fucking red hot math right here. Just go 22 times 36. You watch 792 minutes of a show where the protagonist gets his ability from sucking on big old titties. Courtney, I'm not
She
a
watched
professional.
half a day's worth.
That is.
That's like roughly 13 hours. That's half a day you spent of your life watching that show.
I just want us all to take a moment to bow our heads and pray for Courtney's soul. There is no possible way that you are not burning in hell when you die, Courtney. I just want to, I'll be there too. That's fine. I'm right there with you. I've watched fucking webcams in Thailand where people shit on the camera. I'm going there too.
No,
But
you can't
you will
admit
be
that shit.
right next to me.
Oh, Sam too. As he's floating up to heaven and I'm being flayed alive in hell, I'm grabbing his ankle and I'm yanking his fuck ass down.
I think my ass is floating up to heaven, dude. I'm fucking
Oh, yeah.
sinking quicker than anyone.
Okay,
My God.
someone move on. I can't do this.
792 minutes of sucking on titties. That's,
Not even in a good way.
yeah, no.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
It's actually a really bad show. Like, really bad.
Fucking shocker. I mean, with that synopsis, who could have thought? I mean, it was a sure thing in my eyes. It fucking, my God.
And he's 12.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
If my microphone, hold up. That was me dropping my microphone. I'm done. That is fucked, Courtney.
He's 12.
He's 12.
And he's Russian, which I know in the current climate is a bad
Yeah,
thing.
fuck. If he was 12 and Ukrainian, we could have slid this one under the door, but he's Russian. That's fucking. That's an extra level of grim I wasn't expecting today. 12 years
I was
old.
like,
I mean, even I stopped
I was-
breastfeeding at 8. Come on, fuck me dead.
oh no. I was 8 months into my anime journey, and I was just really horny all the time.
Mate, you don't have to talk
But
to me
it
about
was
having
bad.
you don't have to talk to me about having a fucking mongrel a dog couldn't tree through in your pants. I understand being horny all the time. But there are fucking outlets, Courtney. There are entire websites devoted to pretty decent porn. Like, not great porn. Ethically, it's pretty questionable, but at least it's not a 12-year-old Russian boy sucking on titties. Like, at least.
Yep.
Fuck me dead.
I know for
And the
sure.
chicks are 17, which I think is
Dude.
like kind of weird, to be honest.
All of
Dude,
it's
I know for
weird. Don't single out a single thing being, this is kind of weird. The whole premise is weird. It's a fucking weird Sunday with a fucking weird areola nipple on top. Like, it's fucked. Yuck.
Sam said you guys wouldn't judge me. God damn it.
Yeah, well, he lied.
Here we are. All right, moving on.
Fuck.
All right, to a less weird one. Wise Man's Grandchild.
Okay.
So
yeah.
this show I think came out back in like 2019 maybe. Brief summary is a reincarnated MC is born and raised by his grandfather who trains him to be the most overpowered being in this world. Also, the whole idea is based around the fact that the MC has like no common sense. So basically he has like all the power in the world to do whatever the fuck he wants and like just overpower anybody. And you know, in certain situations where he should like hold back on his power, he doesn't because he has no fucking common sense. So
yeah, I watched Wise Man. I watched it when it first came out, and I think I got 3 episodes in and then dropped it pretty quickly. Did you finish it?
So I got 9.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
and to be honest with you, like honest okay. So this was back when like I was hearing more and more people talk about like the isekai boom and how like all isekai are just fucking generic trash and everything or whatever. And like I didn't really know much about it because like the only isekai I had ever really watched were like pretty decent isekai. Like I'd watched like ReZero, you know. I know people shit on it, but I enjoyed SAO when I watched it. And then I also watched shows like Rising the Shield Hero, things like that. And I'm like, hey, isekai is pretty good. And I was like, you know what? Let me give a very generic, basic isekai a shot and see if it's really as bad as people say it is. And I got through about 3 episodes and I was like, okay, this is garbage. And the only reason I watched 6 more is because the main love interest had massive tits and she was hot.
Yeah, she is.
It was worth it though.
She is insanely hot. I am fucking terrified on this group chat right now. Because Courtney just put on rubber gloves and did the 2-finger butthole sign. So I'm puckering like you would not fucking believe over here. If you put coal in my ass right now, I'd shit out a diamond in fucking days. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
I think Wise Man's Grandchild is like the... it's that fucking... I reckon it was everyone's second wave isekai. Because you're right, the first wave of isekai, SAO... you know, ReZero, Shield Hero, Slime and stuff like that it's really good. It's pretty high quality stuff, you know, it's genuinely well liked in the community. But like Wise Man's Grandchild for me was, one of those first second wave isekais I went in on, and it's fucking hot garbage. I think I watched that, not Shield Hero, Bon Fury,
the tank isekai, the girl that just cannot take damage. I also watched like 4 episodes of that.
A kid from the dungeon boonies in the final town arrives in the first village or some fucking... I watched all these fucking boring isekais in one night, and Wise Man Grandchild was part of it. And they've all got the same problems that every other isekai does. The protagonists are just the most vanilla fucking people. It's ridiculous. They're fucking white bread with margarine on it. Like, it's fucking disgusting. It's so plain and boring.
Yep.
You don't like toast?
I said white bread with margarine. I didn't say toast. If it was toast, I like toast. Just plain white bread, margarine.
Isn't that's just toast?
I'm talking about an untoasted bit of white bread with just margarine on it. Toast is toast. Bread's bread. Unless the States are doing some fucking wild shit with bagged bread over there. Can you get a full toasted loaf of bread pre-toasted in the States?
Not that I know of. However, that would be fucking cool.
Crazy. That's some wild shit right there.
Sometimes I take the raw bread and I put butter on it, and then I put it in the toaster.
You melt butter into your toast. Okay, we started off this conversation, this whole podcast with being, hey, Philip, you're a chef. Now, Courtney, as a chef, I just want to say, fucking stop it. That's some bullshit. Butter will melt on hot toast, you fucking psychopath. I don't care how much titty sucking anime you watch. Don't fucking butter your bread before you put it into the toaster.
No, isn't that a thing though? Isn't that a thing though? Like, you know,
thank you, Sam.
Specifically when you not when you're putting it in a toaster. I get that because like if you put it in a toaster, the butter's just gonna fucking fall off or whatever, right? I get that. But like on a skillet or something, you put the butter in the skillet and you put the bread on top of it to be able to toast
No,
it.
dude, even when you do it in the skillet, you gotta butter the bread like this and then put it on the pan.
Yeah, well, regardless, you're buttering the bread before you toast it.
Yeah, but are you doing that? Are you doing all your toast in a pan, Courtney, or are you just buttering your bread and putting it into a vertical toaster?
Well, it also depends are we talking vertical toaster or a toaster oven? Because a toaster oven, you could make it work.
Toaster oven, I'll let slide. I'll let you fucking butter a bread for toaster oven all fucking day. But if it's a vertical fucking toaster, Courtney, we have.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I think it's Phil's turn to share.
Okay, Courtney's gonna die in a house fire because of a fucking fat fire that starts in a fucking toaster. Psycho, literally gonna soggy
literally gonna start a grease fire.
My God. Anyway, moving on. Fuck me, Dad. Now, okay, when you gave me this episode description, Courtney, I went for shit anime. I didn't realize that you guys were mainly going for horny anime, so I didn't really put any horny anime. I put one horny anime in, but
I got shit ones on here.
Okay, good. Have you guys heard?
Most of them are horny, I think.
Have you guys heard of an anime called Dancing with Dragons?
No, actually, not at all.
I've actually got a little sound cue here. I'm going to play you the first 1 minute of this show.
Oh, no.
And I just want to see if you would have continued watching this show after this 1 minute introduction. I'll play it now.
Is it English dub or just like Japanese?
Sam, he's about to fucking play it, dude.
Sam, no, I'm going to play you Japanese to non-Japanese speakers and be like, what did you think of that?
I was just saying.
Fuck me dead. I know you think we're a bit backwards here in the convict country, but fuck me dead, mate. Give us a break, would ya?
God damn it.
Christ. Fucking hell.
Sebelin year 223. Using the event induction computer, humanity successfully creates its first space-time bubble. The fundamental rules of physics within the bubble are altered, breaking the law of conservation of energy, including the Planck constant, causing the emergence of matter derived from quantum field instructions. The hyperphysical phenomenon that allows matter to be extracted at will from vacuum fluctuations forms the basis of the system of technology that will soon come to be known as Jushki. And now we find ourselves in Imperial year 497. What was once called magic and thought of as the domain of dragons and other abhorrent creatures has been correctly identified as the power that humans have gained through Jushki. Therefore, dragons and the abhorrent are...
Did you understand anything that was just said then?
No.
What the fuck is a Jushki?
Look,
I thought I was being taught quantum theory when I know basically nothing about even base biology. Like, I don't fucking know shit about
it's
that.
the most...
And even still, I don't think what he said was right.
Nothing...
Probably not.
Like, it's so confusing and fucking ridiculous. So that whole first minute introduction there is just them explaining Jushki, which is they use quantum realms, time manipulation, fucking magnet bubbles and shit. But anyway, the synopsis is, a long time ago, dragons were the only creatures capable of wielding magic, which they used to terrorize humanity, until humanity learned to channel magic through special formulas and spells called Jushki. Those capable of using Jushki became known as Jushkiists. And become crucial fighters for dragons throughout the years until a peace treaty was enforced to prevent both races from wiping each other out. Now, this show is one of the worst things I've ever watched. I watched 4 episodes of it, and it made magic swords and fighting with dragons boring, which I didn't think was humanly possible.
I was going to say, honestly, at that point, with that kind of synopsis and everything, why are you trying to make it scientific?
Exactly.
Just call it magic. It's what it is.
That whole introduction I just played then could have just been explained with, one day humans figured out magic. Done. But no, they had to make it scientific and all this shit. And there's not even that much like weird science in the show. It's like,
no, it's
fucking dumb,
I'm
man.
sorry, I had to leave the room.
I 100% understand.
Because...
Did you go watch more
bad.
Russian titty sucking? Is that why you left the room?
But I'm never gonna live this down. God damn it!
Nope.
You watched 792 minutes of a Russian titty sucking anime.
12-year-old Russian titty sucking.
Just think of it like breastfeeding, you fucking prude.
Again, I stopped breastfeeding at 8, so it's weird to me to hear a 12-year-old that was still on the nipple. That's like milk mustache on a real mustache. It's grim stuff.
God damn it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Dancing with Dragons is real bad though. The pro tags are quite vanilla and boring. The fighting is quite boring. The dragons don't look cool. The world building is hard to follow and nonsensical. And there's not even that many like fan servicey characters. Like there's like none really. So I just don't know why you would watch. I couldn't get through more than 4 episodes. And to be honest, the last 2 episodes I hate watched. I hate watched episode 3 and 4 real hard.
Yep. Well, have you ever had that too, where like maybe not something like that, but like have you ever had a show where like you've already invested so much time that like you almost feel like you can't not finish it at that point, you know?
Yeah, a few. I can't think of any anime, but I can think of like real, like I was about to say live action shows, but that's not the right word for it, surely. But yeah, real people shows.
Well,
live action.
yeah,
shows.
it's live action, technically.
Yeah. I think that like anime that are like ridiculously long that I would have to get fully invested in, I'm not going in on. Like apart from the big, shonens, I'm not going in on anything that's over, 70 episodes long, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I gotcha.
Now, me and Sam have to continue this conversation for a little bit longer because Courtney just shoved so much food into her mouth. So, Sam, now that it's just the boys talking, how do you keep that beard so clean, buddy? It looks nice.
So I actually, funny enough, I actually just bought like a beard care kit like off Amazon. So just little beard wash, little beard oil to keep it soft, and then some beard balm just to make it look halfway presentable so I don't look like I just fucking rolled out of bed.
As a seasoned veteran of having a beard myself, can I suggest a little bit of raw coconut oil, organic coconut oil at night, just warm it up between your hands, rub it in before you go to sleep, and in the morning you're going to look fucking sexy. Good stuff.
I'll take notes on that.
Okay, Courtney's finished
I'll give
chewing,
that a
so
shot.
let's throw it over to you.
I think, pretty sure I just swallowed a shrimp tail, but other than that,
You're eating
Nice.
prawns on a podcast. Is that what we're up to now?
I'm eating sushi, goddammit.
Okay. For a second there, I just thought.
Dude,
Okay, right here. That's more. That's
that
more
one's
acceptable.
tuna, but
I'll lay off. It's okay.
yeah. Prawns on a podcast. That's a new episode idea. I need to write that down. Okay, sweet. So
What?
This week we're covering prawns on a podcast. We're all going to sit here and eat prawns. One of us has an allergy to shellfish. Find out who it is.
fuck.
Fuck, that's
right.
actually a
And to
red
see who
hot
ends up in
idea.
a fucking hospital.
Yeah, that's a red hot idea.
Like, a lot of the shows I click on have vampires in them. Goddamn. So this one's called Sir Vamp.
Oh, Courtney.
That's what it is.
Sir Vamp.
I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark, and this is about a servant vampire. Courtney, you're better than this.
I know. Okay. So basically, this kid finds this dude in his apartment when he comes home from school one day or some shit. And this guy's like a vampire that doesn't like to leave the house. He's like a shut-in that likes to game and eat chips or whatever. And then he like becomes his servant, and they become like weirdly bonded, and then they fight other weird vampires, and then there's like this sexual tension, but you don't know where it's coming from or why it's there. And it was just really bad, but I watched 7 episodes of it, and that's where we're at right now.
Just gonna.
Well,
You know that Rick and Morty episode with the dragon?
Oh, Courtney.
When they like soul connected, and it was like weird.
you know, at least you didn't watch the whole season.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on hold.
I just WebMD'd some symptoms I was feeling. I had a sharp pain in my head. It turns out one of the causes could be your podcast friend's a total cunt. So Courtney, that's what's going on with me right now. You have good taste is the thing, Courtney. I listen to your podcast. I'm a genuine fan / friend of yours, and you have good taste in anime. Why? Are you split personality? Like, is half of your brain just fucking trash banana pants? Like, what the fuck?
It's because I hate myself. When I watch scary movies, I was 17 and I watched The Conjuring and I had to sleep with my mom for 2 years.
I'm sorry. I misheard you, because what I thought you said is you watched The Conjuring at 17 and then you had to sleep with your mum for 2 nights, right? You definitely said 2 nights, right? Because you don't want to put it on a recorded medium that goes out to people that you slept with your mother for 2 years while you were 18.
She did. She 100% did, and I remember it. I remember.
Yeah.
But
then I continued.
When we'd hang out, I'd have conversations with her mom and be like, yeah, she still sleeps with me.
Because I'm scared. But then would continue to watch scary movies, though, because I like to punish myself. I don't know.
What you are, Courtney? You know what you are? You are Homer Simpson in hell strapped to the donut machine, just fucking eating donuts till you fucking explode from pain. That is your personality. As she slams another fucking sushi into her gob. Amazing.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I'm so sorry.
This podcast is I honestly, this better go up on YouTube, because if people can't see all the times me and Sam are having to fill the air because Courtney is which is weird, because before we started it, she went to eat and she moved. She visibly went off camera. But now that we're recording it and it's going out,
it's all
straight in.
No fucks given.
Well, you know what's really fucked up about? Okay.
Yeah, no. By all means, finish it.
Yeah. No.
By all means.
Okay, fine. Hold on.
Wow.
I have evidence on a recorded medium of me being continually fucking bullied by you people. And my mom tells me that I'm a bully. And I just find this whole thing, because I haven't said, oh, Phil, why the fuck would you even click on Dancing with Dragons? That sounds like some weird, like, fetishized bestiality shit, you know? But you guys are all like, oh, you're crazy because you like to watch vampires sexually soul connect.
Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a fun little exercise, right? I'm going to hold out both my hands. And in one hand, I'm going to put Dancing with Dragons, right? Dancing with Dragons, a pretty boring, action-y shonen kind of anime that's really directed towards teenage boys. On my other hand, Courtney, I'm going to hold out here. I'm going to put an anime where a 12-year-old Russian boy sucks titties to gain his power. Now, what's this? The scales are tipping. Oh, this one's way worse than the other. It's a visual gag on a podcast, I know, but hopefully this gets uploaded to YouTube where you can see the scales tip to this one being hella fucked and this one just being boring. So that's where... Now look, and if Mrs. Courtney, which is what I'm going to call your mum, wants to get in touch about your crazy bullying, I'm happy to talk to her, and also asks why she let her 18-year-old daughter sleep in her same bed for 2 years, because honestly, at that point, it's kind of on your mum not to put you in for therapy sooner. I just feel like it. I'm just saying.
Might have been a decent suggestion at that point.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, don't look at me like that.
Let's talk about when you were 17, man. Let's talk about your stuffed dolphin. You want to talk about
that?
You still to this day believe that I legitimately fucked a stuffed animal.
There was a hole in the dolphin puss. There was a hole the size of a penis in the dolphin puss, and it was weirdly used and frayed at the edges. And I will call Kara right now and put her on speaker.
The dolphin was 10 years old. I got it when I was like 6 when I went to Seattle one time. What do you want from me?
I never want to take the side of an argument where I'm siding with the person who clearly fucked a plushy dolphin. But I'm just saying here, I had a raccoon pillow thing that would fold in half, and if you fold it in half just right, the ass of this stuffed raccoon would look like so juicy. Like I'm talking like 90s rap music video juicy. Like I'm talking Instagram influencer juicy. And like I understand the urge. I myself never went that far, Sam, but I can understand how the urge would be there. So I'm gonna, I don't know what that sound is, but I'm gonna stand up for you, Sam.
I don't either. Thank you.
My mom watches these episodes.
I'm genuinely sorry for that.
I don't know how your mother's stomach's watching some of these episodes, man.
I don't know. She like genuinely enjoys them. She hands out her business cards to her coworkers.
Wow. I have children, and if any of my kids ever did anything remotely similar to what we're doing right now, I would write them out of my will. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's warranted too. Like completely understandable.
Sweaty.
You have the cutest little boys.
I do. They're fantastic. Let's not talk about him on this podcast where we've mentioned some
that's true.
Awful things.
Yeah.
let's leave my little angels out of there, shall we?
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next show we're going to be talking about. And you know what? Let's go ahead and keep the same vampire theme here, all right? So,
no, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
You knew this was coming. You knew it was coming because it had to, all right? And she's going to blow a fucking gasket over it. So the next show that I cannot fucking believe that I watched, and I watched to completion 26 episodes, Vampire Night. Absolutely fucking terrible, all right? Here's a brief synopsis for anybody that doesn't know what Vampire Night's about. So the two main characters, Yuki Cross and Zero Kiryu, are members of a disciplinary committee at Cross Academy.
Oh, yeah.
And they are tasked with keeping order between the day class students and the night class students. The day class students being just, ordinary human kids that are unaware that the night class students are made up of vampires. And that information is kept pretty tight between the principal and disciplinary committee. So about as basic of a synopsis as I can give. The reason why it goes downhill, let's just say the incest is not off the board in any regard at all. And it...
For anyone playing along at home who had how long it would take for someone to mention incest, I think it's around the 50-minute mark. It was
coming up.
Yeah, we all knew it was coming. I'm going to put my hand up and say I was shocked that Sam was to bring it up. Just saying.
So let me give you a reason, all right? So here's the reason why I actually stomached and watched all 26 episodes, because I made an agreement with this motherfucker right here that if Courtney were to watch the entirety of Naruto, then I would watch Vampire Night. And by God, she got through the entirety of Naruto and Shippuden. I was like, you know what? Deal's a deal. And I hated every goddamn second of it.
It's a 10 out of 10. You guys should watch it. In fact, it's so good. So she actually ends up marrying, and having children with her grandfather, who's actually also her brother, but was really her classmate, but he's a grandfather brother. And then, yeah.
I have a few questions, none of which I want answered, to be honest. Okay. The fuck is the first one. The second one being, huh? And the third one being, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I know I'm not perfect. I'm a deeply flawed human being. I am selfish. I am rude. I'm quite nasty in the morning. I have bad morning breath. But I draw the line at an incest vampire show where she's fucking her grandfather brother. I look.
Let this be known. Let this be known. Courtney, you rate this what out of 10?
A 10?
like a 10 out of 10. Like Elder Ring, Breath of the Wild, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Penis, 10 out of 10. Like, that's... Wow. I'm going to watch it just for ammunition to fucking belittle you, Courtney, in all honesty. But
so good.
That's insane.
Yeah, there's like these blood-sucking scenes. Sam, don't even pretend like the blood didn't flow when you saw the blood flowing, you fucking liar.
The blood was flowing to my head because I was getting visibly frustrated.
I'm looking at screenshots of this, and like, no one's even like objectively that like anime hot.
You're near. This is what this function is for.
We're finally doing the screen share function.
There it is. That's 0.
It's very 90s like art style kind of feel.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Like the huge fucking eyes with that hairstyle and everything. Like
the dual ear piercings is definitely like a very 90s thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
like,
that wasn't the one.
I'm pretty sure this came out in like 08,
No.
but like I think the manga might be like significantly older, maybe like early
There it
2000s
is.
at the latest.
Oh yeah, this was like peak horniness right here.
Definitely 90s feel for it.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that aesthetic is still pretty strong in the anime community, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like vampires as a genre. I've never really been super engaged with. There's
Same.
God, what's that? Is it Mars Red or something like that? That was last season's vampire anime. That I watched.
Case study of Anitas.
No, maybe it was 2 seasons ago. There was like a vampire civil war kind of fucking.
Noblesse?
No, not Noblesse. I watched that one. That was a Crunchyroll original. I can't remember. It was fucking terrible. But yeah, I don't know. The genre is super saturated, and I've just never been able to get involved with it.
Yeah, it's never been my thing either.
Yeah.
Lame.
Is that my
Like,
thing?
okay, the show's like so good. They didn't even reveal the incest until the end, and by that point, it was like acceptable.
No. I'm sorry. Like I know, like I'm well aware of the trend of incest pornography. I've been on the internet in the last fucking 3 years. I've seen it. Okay?
That's step sibling. There's a difference.
Yeah,
Which is super acceptable.
but if I'm giving it a thought, and I saw a video titled "I fuck my grandfather brother," I honestly think I'm clicking. Like I think I'm clicking, just to see how they get around it.
It's like, because like you got to think like first off, you can't have. There's no way you can have a grandfather brother without the concept of vampires. Like I don't think that's
Time travel.
Okay.
Time travel.
I'm halfway through the manga.
You know what? Maybe time travel. I've never been thought of.
No, it's not like that.
Isn't Philip J. Fry his own grandfather from Futurama? He fucked his nan. I'm almost positive that's a...
Wait. Are you talking about Hubert and Fry?
Yeah.
Fry is Hubert's uncle.
Yeah, but doesn't Fry go back and have sex with his own auntie? Or his own nan?
No.
He definitely goes back and has sex with his own nan. He goes to Area 51.
No, he doesn't.
He 100% does.
I don't know. I watched the whole thing all the way through. I must have missed what you're talking about because I don't
There's
know.
an episode where Fry puts microwave popcorn in the microwave as they're going into a supernova. They go back to Area 51. Fry's so concerned that his grandfather's going to die and he kills him in a nuclear blast, and then he has sex with his nan and becomes his own grandfather. Either that happened or I had a fever like autistic dream 10 years ago and that's lodged into my brain.
Yeah, I think yeah. So here's the thing. His name is Kaname and he is a vampire and he has 2 children. Or no, 1 child? 2 children. Yeah, because they married each other. Okay. So he has 2 children, a son and a daughter, and they get married and they have a daughter named Yuki. and Kaname gets injured or something, and then he like reverts back to like a child form and then goes to sleep for like thousands of years, and then they wake him up and raise him as her brother, and then they get married and have children, and then he dies, and then she goes to the other guy, Zero, and like marries him. So she's like, she's dude hopping, dude. She's like living the dream, to be honest. Like, damn, this one, except the incest part, I want to clarify. I'm not into that.
Now, you were just screen sharing before recording. What I would like to do is for you to restart screen sharing and us just to go through your search history of the last 6 months just to see how not into incest porn you are, because I feel like... Anyway, it's crazy. Every time you describe one of these anime, I get this sharp pain in the front of my head. like it's...
Hey, how the fuck do you think I felt having to watch the whole damn thing?
26
I love how you
episodes.
pretend like you don't like it.
Now, Sam,
You watched it in 2 days.
I want you to
Dude,
look me in the eye. Look me in the eye, right? Let's forget about Courtney. Just look me in the eye. Just me and you. We're right here. Okay.
Typical.
Did you fuck that dolphin plushie? No, I'm sorry. Did you beat off while watching this anime?
Did I beat off?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay, good. Okay.
Absolutely fuck no. There was nothing there was like little to nothing redeeming about this show. Like the only redeeming parts about this was like early on when they were like trying to keep like the secret of like the vampires and the humans and everything. Like they kind of made for some kind of like decent comedic moments and things like that. But other than that, no. I think I rated this shit either a 3 or a 4 out of 10. It is fucking terrible.
Okay. I believe him. You passed the test.
Go, Phil.
Okay. Look, you guys know what this one is because you called me watching it just as we started this chat. But I prepared the last two, you know, Dead Man's Wonderland and Dancing with Dragons ages ago. They came to my mind as soon as you brought up this. But whilst getting ready for this episode, I remembered who I was recording with and realized the level of smut that was going to be involved in today. So it's like, I should probably smut it up a bit too myself, right? You know?
Yep.
I don't want to be the clean boy. I don't want to be known as the clean guy, you know? I don't want Griff to be the dirty fucking Griff and me to just be, oh, clean Philip, we'll get him in for some good old clean fun. No, I wanted to get down and dirty with my favorite peeps. So I started watching Interspecies Reviewer.
I heard that was good.
It is legitimately really good. I will die on this hill.
I kind of hate myself for the sentence I'm about to say, but it's kind of good. It's kind of good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, it's disgusting, and the concept that it is fucked. Oh. Like, it's the kind of concept that, like, a horny 14-year-old came up with. Like, oh, you know what would be great? You know what I want to do? It's like a horny 14-year-old sitting down with his, like, career advisor, and he's be like, so what do you want to do with your life, Timmy? Well, Mr. Johnson, what I want to do is I want to travel the world, and I want to fuck every bitch from everywhere. I want to see what fucking Eskimo pussy tastes like. I want to get down and just into every type of pussy I can get. I want to fucking eat out an Argentinian until I fucking lick her tonsils. I just want to go deep. That is what this show is, but replace normal people with fucking a chick that has tentacles for legs and a fairy that has...
Monster Girls.
There's a fairy in episode 2 that has boobs that I honestly, they look like they don't quit, like ever.
Yep.
Those things are high, tight, and a level of perkiness I never thought possible. So yes,
dude, it's straight up just a hentai plot. However, the character interaction and just like the what's it called? Just basically whoever like wrote the dialogue between characters and things like that is out of this fucking world. The characters just like they bounced off one another so fucking well. Like they could have just not been going through brothels, right? They could have just been exploring the lands, and this could have just been like a generic isekai without all the sex and everything, and I still would have loved it just because it's just the boys. Like that group of dudes that like did the reviews for the brothels and stuff, It's the fucking boys. They were so funny together. It was so good.
It is a pretty good group of lads. It is ridiculously horny. Horny to a level I never thought was like I was pretty horny when I was a teenager. Like, you could have cracked a few fucking bed sheets of mine back in the day. But the level of horniness that is fucking displayed in this show is fucking unfounded. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a reason it got canceled off Funimation.
When you guys, because I was watching this on the Zoom chat just before you guys dropped in, and when I saw Sam's fucking beautiful face pop up in the corner and say hi while I was midway through a scene of this fairy chick getting fucking plowed into next year, I was like, I went bright red. I was like, I'm so sorry. I feel so embarrassed. It's the most embarrassed I've felt since like the last time someone walked down on me fucking giving myself the old 5-finger hand shandy. Like, it's truly like it's
the thing.
Yeah.
The thing is that you could have 100% played it off, because I knew you were watching anime. You could have told me you were fucking watching, I don't know, Fairy Tale, and I would have been like, yeah, it makes sense.
I would have been more ashamed if I was watching Fairy Tale, to be honest. I would have been more ashamed.
Fair. You're not fair.
Courtney's unnaturally quiet during this conversation. What's the matter?
No, I plan on watching it.
Okay. You would like it. I mean, you would. It feels like an insult, but I genuinely don't mean it as one. I was like, yeah, no, you'll enjoy this smut fest.
I know.
When I think of Courtney, I think of incest and, fucking a fairy. That's what I think of.
For as much as I don't like incest, in fact, I bitch about it a lot, I sure do talk about it pretty frequently.
Yeah, because I was just having a memory of an episode I did with you guys called Things We Fucking Hate or Things We're Sick Of. Maybe the last episode, I'm pretty sure you said incest was one of them.
Uh-huh.
That's wild. You are the most contradictory human being I've ever met. This is insane.
No, I know.
Okay, cool. You're just aware of it.
It's a problem. I can't control it.
Yeah. Again,
I make 0 sense.
Homer Simpson on the donut machine in hell is you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so should I continue with monster girls or vampires? Pick one.
I'd prefer if we hopped off the vampire train personally, but I mean, it's your call.
I was always Team Jacob, not Team Edward, so we'll go monster girls.
Okay, I'll do vampires then. So there's a show.
I hate it here.
At some point, this honestly feels like torture. Like it really, like I'm genuinely having fun. But every time Courtney says an anime, I get a sharp pain in my head.
I want to this is my new favorite feature. Draw your guys' attention to something called Diabolic Lovers. These handsome gentlemen are vampires, and there's this bitch that's like a nun that gets sold to them or sent to their house, and they basically just like beat the shit out of her in a super not sexy way. And I watched the whole entire first season and half of the second season. Oh my god. Like, I know that there's a number in Australia ring called Lifeline if you're ever, like suicidal or if you're really sad. I want to know what the equivalent number is for the States so I can call it on Courtney's behalf, because girl, you're not healthy. Oh my god. Also, that image you just shared with all the vampire guys, they are the most like twink looking dudes I've ever seen.
Facts. Yeah.
Like I've picked my teeth with more fucking like with bigger bits of toothpick than those fucking twinky ass motherfuckers.
If I had chicks on here, they'd get it. But also not really, because it's a super bad show. Like really bad. And I watched like 27 episodes of it.
So you're telling me like one of the main like plot points of this show is literally just domestic abuse.
Yeah, it is. And it's like not sexy at all. It like, but at the same time it like is. Like it's like so confusing. It's not it's really not.
Is she a masochist? Does she enjoy it?
She doesn't like it. No, she doesn't. Like that's what's but it depends. She like kind of does sometimes, but then other times she's like, it's like it really just feels like I need to call somebody to come get her.
So then what were the redeeming qualities of this show? Like what?
I don't know.
What kept you watching?
I don't know.
So what we've learned,
don't know.
So what we've learned through this episode is not only is Courtney okay with rape, as we see redo the
I'm really not.
Two, also really into domestic violence. You
really
are
not.
God, what is this show called? I don't even remember you saying what the show was. I just remember seeing fucking anger come across my face when I saw that image. What was this show called?
Diabolic Lovers.
No, it's not. You're making that up.
Yeah, with a K. Diabolic Lovers.
Even the spelling of that makes my fucking stomach churn.
Look at Sam's face.
It's fucked, man. I'm looking. This is.
Listen, I can step out of this episode. Okay. I'll do Monster Girls next.
Please do so. I think I've had my share of just discussing vampires.
Oh, that poor girl. There's like images of her, and she looks like she's got like sunken eyes, and she looks really sad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. She's not happy. I think she tried to like kill herself actually at one point. That's how bad it was. Yeah. It's not a good show. It's really not. I don't know why I kept watching it. It just kept sucking me in, man. I'd be laying in bed in like a depressive episode, like just enraptured by what is happening on the screen.
We have different approaches.
This is no longer from a place of me judging you. This is a legitimate question. Do you need a hug right now?
No.
I just realized how differently Courtney and I handle our depressive episodes, where you watch domestic violence vampires and I just masturbate until I'm fucking shooting dust. Like, honestly, we handle depression so differently. I drink vodka and aggressively hurt my penis. You watch Diabolic Lovers. This is wild.
Everyone has their own way of coping, I guess.
Do I seem like I need a hug?
Yeah. Genuinely, I'm worried about your well-being.
I mean, maybe you probably needed it more back when you were watching this, but like even still now, like it just.
I don't like hugs, and you know that.
Yeah, she's more of a slap me like I'm a nun and you're a house full of vampires kind of girl.
God damn it, Sam! Do your next show. I'm fucking sick of this. It's been nonstop judgment constantly. Fuck.
Okay. So, all right, before I choose which one I want to go into, how have either of you? Okay, Courtney, I know you've watched part of it. Phil, have you watched Fairy Tale?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, I've witnessed that fucking debauchery.
So do either of you care about Fairy Tale spoilers?
Oh,
kind of.
Things I care less about than Fairy Tale spoilers. It's a fucking short list. I can't think of anything I care less about than Fairy Tale spoilers. Lactose-free milk, maybe? Don't have any strong feelings on that.
All right, Courtney, if you care about Fairy Tale spoilers, then I'll skip this one because I was just gonna do the final season of Fairy Tale, and basically the plot summary is just spoils everything that comes before that. So next, let's go. Okay, let's go with this one. Let's go with, there's actually a little bit of a funny story behind this one as well. Let's go with Codebreaker. Either of you heard about this show at all?
A little bit.
I have not.
Okay. So with the rest of these, I tried to like shorten the synopsis with this, but this story, like, I don't know how to shorten the synopsis into like 2 sentences. So like,
please do.
I'm just going to try to generically kind of give you an idea. Basically, this girl is on a bus one day, sees a dude like basically kill a bunch of people with a bunch of blue flames, goes to report it to the police, comes back, no evidence. Next day, she shows up at school, sees the same dude that killed all these people, but comes to find out this dude's actually super kind, super sweet, and quickly becomes super popular at the school. But she sticks close to him because she's still wary about like the fact that she just killed a bunch of people, only to come find out that this dude has a bunch of mysterious powers and basically is trying to exact justice on people using the like eye for an eye kind of theory. And yeah, basically the MC girl kind of just tries to stick close to him to try to like put him on the right path so he doesn't end up just killing people or whatever. That's about the easiest way I can describe it. This show's hot fucking garbage.
Sounds pretty fucking good to me, man.
Yeah, you sold that real well. Like it got onto my, it went onto my queue so fucking quick. I was like, Code Breakers, that sounds interesting. And then you went into it, I was like, this sounds fucking amazing. Why the fuck aren't we watching it now?
Super cool. It sounds super cool. It is fucking terrible. So funny enough, the reason why I started watching the show, and actually I watched all 13 episodes, and I think there's only one season of it. I watched all 13 episodes, and the only reason why I did is because going into it, I mistook this for Blue Exorcist. And I heard so much good stuff
about Blue Exorcist. Are you a fucking moron?
That is.
Wow. So this was back before I knew Mal existed. This was back before I even thought about looking up anime. I just happened to see someone on Instagram or something say that Blue Exorcist was cool. And when I was scrolling through shows, I like saw both of them, and like the pictures for them both kind of had like a main character with black hair with kind of like a blue flame ability. So that's why I kind of like got them confused when I was scrolling through.
Doesn't even have dyslexia, just an idiot.
Yeah, basically. So I stuck through it, and it was fucking awful. And funny enough, since then I've never gone back to watch Blue Exorcist because that ruined my experience so bad. Even though
they're not even the same show, Samuel.
I know.
I'm looking at I'm looking at the picture right now of Code Breaker, and like I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I could see if you only knew Blue Exorcist, you could kind of gauge. Like I could see you misunderstanding those two, but when you were like 8 episodes in and there had yet to be any sort of exorcism, did you at all clue in that you were watching the wrong one? Or when the title sequence came up it was like Code Breaker? That didn't give it away?
Has not like it just you're
No, it was because I didn't know the English title to Blue Exorcist. I knew the Japanese title. So I just assumed that
Samuel, what did you know about the show? What did you know about Blue Exorcist then before you searched?
The only thing I knew about both of those was the number one, people said Blue Exorcist was cool. And number two, they didn't call it Blue Exorcist. They called it whatever the Japanese name was. They said that show was cool. And then I saw like pictures of the MC with like the blue flame and everything.
So you're just like blue fire click.
Literally, I was just scrolling through Hulu, saw it, and I was like, hey, I'm pretty sure I saw someone say that this was cool and gave it a shot. And like I was waiting for it to get good, and it never did. And after finishing it, I saw Blue Exorcist in the recommended, and I was like, oh my God.
Hey, Phil, what's your show? What's your next one?
I did 3. What I'm learning most about, I want to say the difference between Sam and Corny and myself is that I tend to watch shows that are quote unquote good, where you guys seem determined on just jumping like Oscar the Grouch style, just fucking getting in the bin and just fucking rolling around in the muck, you fucking little grubs. So I only brought 3, but I've quickly gone through what like my queue and shows that I've watched to kind of think of one. And there's a show here that I watched like a little while ago that I actually thought was pretty good, but I think it is pretty bland and not that interesting. And I don't know why anyone would choose to watch this when there's other shows available. But have you guys heard of a show called 91 Days?
Yes,
it's on my list.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
It was on my list for ages. It's okay. So it's about a Prohibition era and like Italian mafia in America during Prohibition and all that stuff. And it's a revenge plot where a young buck named Bruno is going after the mafia that slayed his parents when he was but knee high to a grasshopper. Yeah, it's interesting. I highly recommend watching it in dubbed over subbed because they get all these, kind of Italian American voice actors in there, and there's a guy who's like, oh, this gabagool, and it's good shit. Yeah, exactly. And he's like, they're always asking for hooch and stuff like that. It's quite good. But the minute I finished watching this show, it left my brain. Like, just left my brain. There's nothing that interesting about it that it's nothing TV. It's anime nothing TV. And I think the only reason I watched it is because it was in my watch list for like 2 years, and it was like the last one there that I hadn't actually watched, so I watched it. Yeah, it's fine. It's no 12-year-old Russian sucking on titties or interspecies reviewer. It's just fine. I don't know why you led with that too. It was one of the first ones you came out. I don't know. You build to 12-year-old Russian sucking on titty. You don't start with that. You knew this was happening, Courtney.
I didn't think it was gonna be that bad because, like, I don't know, Sam knew about it already, and he kind of raved a little bit to people and would tell them this story about how I watched 2 full seasons of it and all this shit. And I was like, speaking to start with, it won't be that bad. And now I'm realizing I will tell my mother to not watch this episode.
How dare you? You are going to deprive your mother of this?
I can't expose myself.
If your
like
mum has watched the
her.
Griff episode and you tell her not to watch the episode I'm in, I will take it as a clear act of aggression.
It's because I don't want to expose myself like this. Well, yeah, she's already used to it probably.
How about you stop thinking about you and you start thinking about me, because I need your mum to know I exist. I don't know why.
She already kind of does.
Well,
Aussie Phil.
Aussie Phil. That nickname can't start. We can't have a guy called Griff, which is objectively a very cool name, and I'm known as Aussie Phil. No, that's not happening. We're workshopping a fucking cooler nickname for me, otherwise I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
On the scoot, Phil. Phil on the scoot.
I hate everything you're saying.
What?
On the scoot.
All right.
It's fucking my coworker, I've told Phil a little bit about her. Her mom is from Australia and she's super into genealogy, so she did some digging into her family that's from Australia. And she has this great whatever grandfather who's from Australia, like in the early 1900s. And they wrote an article about him in his town about how much of a piece of shit he is because he was always on the scoot and he lost a police horse and like stumbled in like butt naked somewhere on duty because he was so fucked out of his mind. And it was like the funniest shit I ever heard. So I texted Phil. I was like, Phil, are you on the scoot? He had no clue what that was.
It's not a common saying. It might have been a common saying in the 1900s, but we've kind of... We're not that backwards of a country. And I always find it funny when Australians do genealogy, like you do those, 23andMe tests, because we're literally a country founded by criminals. We're just literally an entire country where they're like, oh yeah, we'll just put all our criminals here and do some war crimes while we're there. Like every one of us did bad shit. Like you look back far enough, we're all fucking bread thieves and genocidal fucking fuckers.
Sounds like kind of a vibe, not gonna lie.
You know what? The weather's good. The weather is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not right
when
now.
Can we
Everywhere's
visit?
Whenever. Just rock up. I'll be on the
Your wife is going to be like, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, probably. To be honest, yeah. Especially after she hears about all these shows you guys like. Yeah, she's not going to...
Oh, boy. Yeah.
I said I ranked them like a 3 and a 2. I ranked them low. I didn't like them. I just watched all of them to completion.
You ranked Vampire Knight 8/10 out of 10.
That's different, though.
Was Vampire the Night... sorry, I'm getting your shitty vampire animes confused. Was Vampire Night the one where
incest vampires.
Oh, not domestic violence vampires. Okay.
Yeah, incest vampires.
If we could just refer to them by incest vampires and domestic violence vampires, this whole conversation would be so much easier.
Exactly, yes. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, screw you guys. Have you ever seen Monster Musume?
No,
but I'm scared.
But I know there's a huge following for it.
Yes, there is. In fact, it is ranked a 7.01 on Mal with 500,000 votes.
I'm pretty sure is it? That's got to be like almost top 100 in popularity too.
Probably.
I just tried to Google it, and Google was like, "Did you mean Monster Mash?" And I'm just ashamed of myself in every sense of the word. What was the show called? Sorry.
I wanna
Monster
one
Musume.
moment, because I really wanna pull this up first before you Google it. Okay, great. All right, so Sam, as we all know, is a huge fucking furry. And not even he would be turned on. Yeah, you are, because you are. Not even you would be turned on by the absolute fucking czar that is this show. Okay? Because cat girls, fine. Wolf girls, fine. Bear girls, fine. But have you ever seen a chick whose bottom half is just a slimy snake? Okay? And then a girl that has bird legs and a beak with tits, and then a full-blown centaur. How do you even have sex with a horse badge? You can't. And then a snake badge. How does that even work? It doesn't even work. This show was actually super disturbing, and I'm getting sick talking about it, to be honest with you, but I did watch 5 episodes, so there's that.
You forgot the worst one. The fucking spider girl is actually the shit of nightmares.
Didn't even get there. Did not even get there. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That's doing something for me. Yeah, that's hot. I'm completely
everything about her upper half. Everything about her upper half, like, I'm down.
Sam. She's creepy as fuck, dude.
Like, honestly, if she just had regular legs, like, I could get over like the ears and the scales on the face.
That centaur must have fucking lower back problems. Those things are huge. Jesus.
How did I know? Oh my god.
Busted.
You guys have no fucking shame. No shame. Seriously, a centaur.
Again, man, there's nothing wrong with like the upper half. Like you go waist up. Beautiful. Love it. You'll lose me on the bottom half.
Let's do this one.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, she still has front legs. That's interesting.
See, this is the shit of fucking nightmares for me because I fucking hate spiders.
Sam, the whole thing is nightmarish. Like, it's not horny in the least.
It is. I'm kind of lost for words, to be honest. I didn't think this was actually possible. The Spider Girl has kind of done it for me. The fact that they gave her legs at the front as well as legs behind that's yeah, wow. I'm gonna need a minute, guys. I think I'm actually.
It's time for me to go.
That's yeah.
No, I gotta get the fuck out. No, the Spider Girl does it for you.
No, like in a wrong way. This is not like I'm not objectively this is bad.
Okay.
I hate this. This is, if anyone for a second thought that this was what we're into down under, I can strongly say that this is not. We are a land of many spiders. None of them have tig old biddies though.
I was told that. Okay, so I said that I wasn't particularly super interested in going to Australia because of spiders, and someone told me that that was a microaggression.
I mean, no, it's not. I mean, if you're afraid of spiders, don't come here. Obviously, it's terrifying. Do you guys know what a redback spider is? It's like one of the most.
Nope.
It's one of those venomous spiders in the world, and there's one literally just like right there in my corner that has just been fucking chilling for like 3 months, and I'm so scared to move her.
Are you talking about a black widow?
No, redback spider.
Okay, how big of a spider are we talking about? Because
a thing with Australian spiders is it's the big ones are fine. That is a fucking redback. You see one of those fuckers, you are instantly dead. The big spiders are fine. Like a huntsman spider, they're huge. They're funnel webs, they're big. They're fine. They're fucking. You don't need to worry about them. It's the little fuckers.
What about a recluse?
Oh, nah, not too.
Aren't those super poisonous?
Venomous.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, no, they're fine. Look, the thing with spiders is just you leave them the fuck alone. The reason that one up there is not trying to fucking kill me is because I'm not going to get into its business. It's going to stay up there. I'm going to stay down here, and we're both just going to chill.
So it's really in your house?
It's literally right there. I can see it right now.
I would try to take a blowtorch to it.
But it's not going to
Maybe you
hurt.
should come visit here. Maybe you should visit here with your family.
Maybe.
Wow, Sam. we had a plan to pull up on Phil's doorstep, and I don't know that.
Oh, it's
because I don't really have a fear of spiders like that.
Oh, I do.
Just leave them alone. They'll be fine.
That's enough.
It's honestly, it's not the spiders, it's not the snakes, it's not the sharks you got to worry about. It's the fucking bogans, mate. Australian bogans, or rednecks, I think is the equivalent for the American. These fuckers, man. There's like a house 3 doors down from me that's got about 7 cars burnt out on its front lawn. Like, it's fucking... I'm living out here in fucking Fallujah some days. It's rough. It's fucking rough.
Okay. I don't have to deal with rednecks anymore because I live in Portland now, so I don't live in Georgia no more.
Yeah.
Well, this
Thankfully,
episode's
I'm too close to the city.
Kind of wound down at the later half. I think we've all... I'm kind of tired after this, to be honest. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I want a nap.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've added many shows to my Spank Bank, that's for sure. Spank Bank.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I think we're done. So that's it. Follow us and stuff. TikTok, Instagram, Loser Cartoons Podcast, Twitter at Loser Cartoons with Z, and we're also on YouTube with video. Search Loser Cartoons Podcast. My mom does frequently. And then you're going to follow Phil on whatever the fuck he tells you to follow him on right now.
Yeah, jump on at Lords of Dorktown. The podcast is just Lords of Dorktown. We just did an episode that was supposed to come out like a week ago, but came out yesterday where we ranked all the Pokemon legendaries, and it's I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore, guys, if we're really honest about everything. But that's what I'm out here doing. So yeah, follow us on Instagram. You can get around it at Lords of Dorktown. We do significantly less smut than this podcast, but still a fair amount of smut. We're still smutting it up. We're still pretty smutty. But yeah, this has been so much fun. And just remember, to all the listeners out there, fuck Griff. Unless he wants to come on Loser Cartoon and we can sort this biff out. I genuinely think you're a very nice guy and you're objectively quite handsome, but fuck you. I'm the handsome one. It's not okay. And yes, you're good at playing fucking Apex. You know, we've all got special talents. I can put my testicles in my butthole. It's called taking the dogs to the pool.
No. That is it. Deuces, losers. Oh my God. Go to therapy.
Your time is up, my